Alright folks, here's the tree nursery right here. It's a cluster of buckets and plants. But anyway, I want to show you something here. I went ahead and pulled this grapefruit tree up and out of this bucket. And I got a whole, 20 or 30 more probably coming up. There's a bunch of tiny ones too. And so today, we're just transplanting these. And I just kind of wanted to show you what this looks like because I think it's really neat. Let's focus here. See the seed there popped, it came out the side and the greenery went up and the roots went all the way down. And so what we're looking at here is roots that go much deeper than the leaves go high. That's interesting because this tree is focusing on root growth first and foremost. And I think that's really, really interesting that it's growing its roots out so deep and it's seeking out nutrients before it begins to show the top part of it, what's actually visible. And I think there's just a lot of personal and spiritual implications for this, focusing on getting stuff together before, rather than focusing on like what everybody can see. So anyway, I just thought this was cool, so I'm putting this in its own pot so that we can root. So I'm just going to show you how I do that. Basically, I make a long, skinny hole, and I need to make this one really long and skinny because of that root. But we're just gonna, this is harder with one hand, but I think we can make it work. No, that's not gonna work there. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna kind of wedge soil to the side like that, and we're gonna stick that root all the way down that wedge that I just made. That should be good. And then we pull it out. We're gonna get it upright and then bring that soil down around it. Yeah. So there we go. And that looks pretty nice. And sprinkle some water on it and bada bing. We'll have our own planted grapefruit tree here. And I'm really getting behind on this because I've got all these little grapefruit trees popping up in that bucket and they need to be in their own pots or they need to go in the ground. Like I got that one in a pot and that one in a pot, but they're popping up faster than I can put them in pots, and I'm starting to run out of pots. So anyway, as you can see, I've been using yogurt containers and things and an applesauce container that I cut the top off of. So I'm kind of scrounging for containers right now, but it's good. Even a milk carton container. What's in that? I think there was a pair. It does not look like it's doing very well, but anyway, I just want to show you guys, this is just kind of how I do my tree stuff, and it's really simple, easy. You could do it too. Anyone can start their own little tree nursery very, very, very easily. And so anytime I need a tree, I've got one, and I've already got it going. So I'm just kind of maintaining my little stock. Just don't do like me and get overwhelmed and plant too much. Actually, do that. That's actually smart because it would be way bigger of a shame if you didn't plant enough and you're like, man, I really wish I had planted some lemon trees 3 months ago. Yeah, you can't go back in time, but if you let a few trees die here and there, it's not a big deal. It's okay. So just handle what you can, and if some trees die, then that's fine. They just didn't make the cut. Anyway, go out, plant some citrus. If you're in a zone like zone 8 or zone 9 and more, you should be good to plant citrus. So that's my little grapefruit tree. And then the next video we'll see it getting fruit. No, I'm just kidding. But one thing I wanted to note about this, I'm taking seeds from local trees. So this was in my friend's neighborhood. We took some fruit off of it, had plenty of seeds, and now we're sprouting them. And so I'm preserving the genetics that are doing well around here. If you don't know, a lot of trees died in Florida from diseases, and one of the biggest issues was that they were all clones. I mean, there was thousands of trees that were genetically identical. So in these groves, because they were grafted all from one tree. And so when a disease was able to get one of the trees, it was able to get all the trees. And so in my lifetime, past 30 years or so, there's been, last time I checked, it was a 75% decline of citrus production in Florida, which is huge. I mean, it pretty much toppled the industry, and nobody really wants to plant citrus here anymore. So if you go to the grocery store, even in Florida, our oranges are coming from South Africa and Chile and California and Brazil. I've seen them come from all those places. So it's important that we are growing diverse genetics, which is why I'm growing from seed. So this will not produce grapefruit that are exactly the same as its parent. That's fine. That's why I'm producing a lot, because 10 of these trees may have junk fruit, but one of them may have good fruit. And so we just graft back to the seedlings with bad fruit. That's all there is to it. It's really simple. But we're never going to know what kind of fruit we're getting if we don't grow them out. So these are all trees I'm just going to be giving away pretty much and planting in my guerrilla garden and friends' yards, wherever. And the good thing about grapefruit is they tend to not be very much different than their parent plant. And then also with grapefruit, it's kind of hard to mess them up, because they're already kind of a sour-y kind of fruit anyway. So it's not like you're either getting a sweet fruit or a sour fruit, because like they're supposed to be sour. Same with these lemons over here. These are all lemons, and you know, a lemon's gonna have sour fruit at the end of the day. And maybe I'll get a sweet lemon, who knows? But at the end of the day, you know, you can't be in control of everything. You can't predict everything, and that's not what life's about. So we're not gonna worry about it. We're just gonna plant seed, because you reap what you sow. And so rather than focusing on reaping, focus on sowing, because when you sow a lot, you'll reap a lot.